Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes approved. Antonius, you're up first today.
All right, good afternoon, Council and Mayor. I got two applicants today, their change of ownerships. The first one will be for ZMB LLC, DBA to Shelton, Texaco. They're applying for retail beer off premises only and retail table wine off premises. They're located at 9900 Highway 69 South. This is an aerial map of it. This is the Texaco right across from Hinton Place and right beside where Winn-Dixie is. All right. And then my next applicant will be Citgo Gas, applying for a retail beer off premises only, retail table wine off premises only, located at 500 Skyland Boulevard. Again, this is a change of ownership as well.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Zach.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have an annexation request for you guys today. So this is Westerville Realty Incorporated, about 527 acres near Mercedes that they're requesting to annex into the city. It's easier to show than to describe where it is. So this is, Mercedes is just south. Large vacant piece of land today with some gas wells that are not being used. But they are requesting to annex into the city in order to develop a industrial development of some sort. We don't have any issues with this request. It isn't even identified in framework because it's so far out there. And it was unanimously recommended for approval.
What district is that in?
I believe it's going to be in District
Yeah,
6.
Greater Alberta.
Yes, sir. Yeah, greater.
So
Alberta.
Mercedes is in mine. So Mercedes is mine across the street, right?
When I saw District 5 when you sent that out earlier, because I do read your stuff ahead of time.
I appreciate it.
Growing in Alberta.
Yeah,
Greater
it's
Alberta.
really expanding.
Growing, growing.
So go back a slide, please. Zach, go back a slide. There you go. Right there.
That's right. I know, right? Part of that other thing.
All right. Thanks. That's all I've got for y'all tonight.
The Brookwood thing. Thank you, Zach. Mayor Maddox.
Yes, sir. First, I want to thank our team last week for the coordination they showed with the visit from President Trump. I can't say enough about Brent Blankley, who headed the city's effort in regards to all of our assets at the city to coordinate with our federal and state partners. Certainly want to thank Fire and Rescue for their role, but I do want to give particular attention to three departments who stepped up. I think they manned 32 intersections for us as part of the process last week. Environmental Services, Construction Facilities and Grounds, and Public Works. Several times, several members of Chief Blankley's executive team said we couldn't do what we're doing without those departments. And we talk a lot about shared responsibility at the city, but I'm thankful to Selvin and Eric and to Chris for their leadership in doing that. It's, those individuals did a really fantastic job in making sure our president had a safe and enjoyable visit to Tuscaloosa. So I wanted to recognize them and say thank you. And certainly again to all of our police officers and firefighters who took on a lot of extra burdens that day. Very, very proud of them. The second thing, the scheduling gods have looked down upon me with favor. And next week, I will be at the League of Municipalities for the ALM conference in Huntsville, Alabama. So I will not be here next Tuesday. So it's my understanding y'all have a busy agenda coming up next Tuesday. So I'll actually be gone. I'll be gone Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll be back on Friday. So, but our team will be ready to rock and roll and be ready to assist City Council. And that's all I have.
If we need you, we can zoom in on you.
I'm sure I'll be busy. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure I'll be. I can already feel the busyness.
There's always something to do in Huntsville.
There is always something to do, and so I'm sure there'll be something I need to handle.
I have eyes.
One comment.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, I want to echo to thank the departments you recognize, and particularly ESD. In my district, this past week is always ugly. And, I mean, people are dragging out everything they can find as they exfiltrate from the city after graduation. And it's very obvious that ESD has gone above and beyond in trying to customize its workload to get that stuff out of there quickly. It's very, very impressive.
You did an excellent job. Thank you for that, Councilor Busby. And by the way, the voting members of the ALM, are y'all going?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know what, but we'll have, okay, but we'll have a quorum for next Tuesday, right?
Wait, no, because
'Cause
this
you won't
is
be till-
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right, correct?
I think, yeah, that's cool. That's what I thought.
No, we leave Tuesday.
Because we do have a very big meeting Tuesday night.
Wednesday morning?
Yeah, the executive and nominating committees start Monday night, and then I think the full convention starts Wednesday.
Right. Okay. That seems like it comes around so fast, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, thank you.
All righty. Any other department comments or announcements from anybody? Okay, Mr. Holmes.
Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon.
I will start about midway down on the second page of your agenda here, where on page 20, you'll be authorizing the chief financial officer to draw drafts for the University Boulevard East Improvements Project right-of-way acquisition. That comes from my office and is a testament to the good work of Mr. Bobbitt. On page 21, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Morrow Water Technologies, Inc. This is a total of $26,534.80 and came to you on projects on the 29th. On page 22, you'll be authorizing payment for flood insurance premium for the Tuscaloosa River Market. This is a total of $11,423 and came to you from the Insurance Litigation Committee on the 29th. On page 23, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a special municipal agency funding contract with Temporary Emergency Services. This came to you in projects on the 29th. On page 24 and 25, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the city and AlDOT regarding signal improvements at the intersections of Mercedes Drive and Daimler-Benz Boulevard. This is exit 89 on I-5920, and this was presented to you in projects last week. On page 56, you'll be authorizing a contract with Axon Enterprises, Inc. and declaring a bid law exemption pursuant to Alabama Code 41-1651A-15. This comes to you from the Tuscaloosa Police Department. On page 27, you'll be introducing zoning amendment number 8, rezoning approximately 0.25 acres located at 1510 17th Avenue East from SFR 3 to GC. This comes to you from the Planning Commission. On page 28, you'll be introducing zoning amendment number 9, rezoning approximately 0.15 acres located at 2533 28th Street from SFR 1 to IG. This again comes to you from Planning. On the page 29 through 31, you'll be introducing zoning amendment number 10, rezoning 4.99 acres located at 6005 New Watermelon Road from SFR 1 to GC. This again comes to you from the Planning Commission. On page 36, 37, and 38, you will be setting June 10th to be the public hearing dates for each of those zoning amendments that you'll be introducing tonight. I don't recall whether or not the mayor said it. We do have some items for executive session today. Any questions for me?
Any questions for Scott?
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, sir. We have projects, finance, admin, and properties. Full lineup today. Council meeting, of course, at 6. Tomorrow, Historic Preservation Commission will meet. Police and Fire Pension Board will meet on Monday. Any other comments from anybody before we start going into executive session? Okay, is there a motion to go into executive session? Second. Motion second, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, sir. There are 3 items for executive session today, and as your city attorney and attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Alabama, I can certify that these items are to discuss securities plans, procedures, assessments, measures, or systems, or the security or safety of persons, structures, facilities, or other infrastructures, including without limitation concerning critical infrastructure, the public disclosure of which could be reasonably expected to be detrimental to the public safety or welfare, as well as to discuss consideration the governmental body is willing to offer, accept, when considering the purchase, sale, exchange, lease, or market value of real property, and also to discuss preliminary negotiations involving matters of trade or commerce in which the governmental body is in competition with private individuals or entities or other governmental bodies in Alabama or other states or foreign nations, the discussion of which would have a detrimental effect upon the competitive position of a party to the negotiations or upon the location, retention, expansion, or upgrading of a public employee or business entity in the area served by the governmental body if disclosed outside of executive session.
Okay. We have a motion second.